Hello students, once again I am in front of you with further topic of French Revolution. Dear students, I just understand that you are just understanding very clearly and you are just enjoying to study this chapter French Revolution. Obviously, in last video I just explained about the outbreak of revolution, and day by day you are just seeing that the class is just becoming so interesting. The chapter is just becoming more interesting, right? And you are just enjoying, not only studying. I think you are studying with enjoyment, and there is nothing but SST study is entertainment, fun, and enjoyment. So now with further section of enjoyment, we will start today just further story after the outbreak of revolution, right? What happened after the outbreak of revolutions? The monarchical ruling was going to be changed into constitutional monarchy. So today's topic is how France becomes a constitutional monarchy, right? After outbreak of revolution, the France becomes a constitutional monarchy, right? Because now it was realized by the rulers Louis 16, as I told you in earlier video, that now it is not possible to control the revolt of the common people, which were just supported by the liberals also. So dear students, what happened when after the acceptance of the Louis 16, they realized and they became ready for changing the ruling system from monarchical to constitutional monarchy. So after 1789, when the constitution, when the parliament was accepted, and as in 79 it was given the duty of the few members to design drafting of the constitution. So this will take few years, few times, and it will be completed in 1791 to drafting of constitution, right? So what happened when France just converting from monarchical to constitutional monarchical, powers of the monarchy was made limited by constitution. Initial, just there was only temporarily constitution on which the parliament was just working with consent or with the suggestion giving to the Louis 16. But the process of drafting of constitution be completed in 1791, right? So National Assembly completed drafting of constitution in 1791, and few of the important features of the constitution of 1791 were just given here, and it is necessary to study all of us, right? So since there was the much more importance of the common peoples and liberals for changing the ruling system from the monarchical to constitutional monarchical, so firstly the rights will be given to the people, right? And as it was the motto of such type of ruling is that the government must be run by the common people. So it was done that the peoples were just divided into two parts, right? The active citizens and passive citizens, right? Means the citizens of France were categorized into two sections. One of the section was the active citizens and another was the passive citizens, right? There it may be possible there is a question just arising in your mind, what was the what just happened to women, right? So I will discuss you, my dear students. So when it was categorized into active citizens and passive citizens, who were just come in the active citizens and who just come in category of the passive citizens, right? So what were the expectation of the common people earlier? I think it was not completed by drafting such constitution, right? What were a lot of expectations for whom a lot of peoples or common peoples, landless laborers, workers just struggle for a long time. But when the constitution just comes out, they were just divided into active citizens and passive citizens. Before elaborating, I just give you brief information about active and passive citizens. Firstly, who are the active citizens? So those peoples having age 25 years and more, only men, not women, only men, age having 25 and more and having capacity to pay their 3 days wages as a tax to the government, only these peoples be categorized into active citizens. It is written here, men above 25 years who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of a laborer's wages entitled to vote. Only those peoples whose age is 25 and more and having capacity to pay 3-day taxes, 3-day wages as a taxes, they were only given the voting rights. Apart from this group of peoples, not other peoples will be given voting rights. So I think the expectation was not fulfilled during that time. Second point, those peoples who can pay 3-day taxes as a 3-day wages taxes, only those persons have the voting rights. Now passive citizens, all women are passive citizens, either rich or poor or from any section, it doesn't matter, but not a single woman will be given the voting rights, right? Second, remaining men and women and below of 25 years persons will not be given voting rights. Those persons whose age is below the 25 years and they have not capacity to pay the taxes of 3 days wages, they cannot be categorized in passive citizens and they will not be allowed to participate in voting. Means they were not going to be any part of the government formation. Their role is limited. They can enjoy only as a citizens, but those type of citizens who has not any role or participations in the formation and consent of the government. Second, all women are not given voting rights, means they are also categorized in passive citizens, and all men who could not pay taxes, right? All men who could not pay taxes of 3-day wages will also not be categorized in passive citizens. So dear students, आपको लग रहा होगा कि जो लंबे समय से स्ट्रगल हुआ था और उस स्ट्रगल में जिन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट किया था और पार्टिसिपेट करने के बावजूद भी ये कहा जाए तो वो वही उसी तरह से कहावत की बात है, जो इस बउआ को झुनझुना देने की बात हुई, वहाँ के कुछ लोगों को वोटिंग देने के लिए, कुछ लोगों को वोटिंग राइट्स दे करके वो बउआ के लिए झुनझुना दे दिया गया और सारे लोग इंतजार करते रह गए, वेट करते रह गए और वेट करते रह गए और उनके हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं लगा. ठीक है. आफ्टर दैट व्हाट आर द इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, दैट डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ राइट्स ऑफ मैन एंड सिटीजन्स, राइट? Whatever the citizens or the men of the peoples will be given some rights, means, and those rights just called natural inalienable rights. This is right of properties, right? Whatever the censorship rules which was imposed earlier, so removed or reduced some censorship rights. Apart from this, there were so many other rights also given to common peoples. That will be furtherly you study in further videos. After that, the most important steps was taken under the Constitution of 1791 was the separation of the power. How the government will work, what were the different components of the government, and what were their roles and responsibility, it will be clarified in the Constitution. That as not a single component or a single unit become so much powerful and just started to do as whatever they just wanted. For this, what happened, the power was just subdivided, right? So one of the important steps of this constitution for the nation, for the step of becoming constitutional monarchical, was the separation of power. Remember, my students, that till the now the France was not becoming complete republic. Means there was the existence of the ruler. Louis XVI as a ruler was just working as will, right? But now, as earlier, they just used their rights that they cannot be enjoyed now. Now Louis XVI was like only a puppet ruler, and whatever every decisions will be taken with the consent of the parliament. So in next video, just second part of France becomes a constitutional monarchy, I will continue in next video, and in that video I will explain in details how the government or how the different organs of the government will was divided and how they are working. So I think it will be clear to everyone, right? And you are just enjoying a lot. Thank you. Have a nice day. But don't forget, like and subscribe. Thank you.